Welcome, Gemini, to your Astro Dice reading for June. Hope your friends are doing great out there. If your friends like this, please like and subscribe. Okay, guys, let's get in here and see what is going on with you. For those of you who are new, this is where I take astrology with tarot and make a small horoscope for the month. Okay, getting straight in here. Okay, we have some Mercury coming out into the 11th house with some Piscean energy. So let's see what's going on here. We're definitely talking about the way we're writing, talking, communicating, maybe even traveling, for those of you who are traveling. Okay, and did I say thinking? Thinking. Okay, and doing it Piscean style over here, the energy is wistful, endlessly loving, compassionate, forgiving, and confuses and softens to resolve. So really doing this with a lot of love, just having a great time. It looks like the communication is just very compassionate. You're just really loving right now. Everything's coming from the heart. The heart chakra is very open at this time, where you're just having a really good time. I like it, right? Now, even if you're having issues, right, you're going to be able to soften the resolve. Meaning somebody wants to come at you, argumentative, you're going to say, hey, you know what? Everything's going to be okay, right? You're just going to be very compassionate about the situation, trying to soften it down, trying to resolve it the right way, right? I don't want to argue. I don't want to scream. I'm just here, right? And I like that. Containing emotions and trying to contain maybe even others' emotions. But we are talking about the 11th house, so I like the 11th house. The 11th house is where the cosmos grants wishes, luck, friends, and social occasions. Well, of course, and we're talking about that Mercury with the social occasions, so there's something very social going on. If you're traveling, you're meeting people, learning things, right? Even maybe communicating, hey, you know what? I learned this. I went here. I watched this. I did that. So, very nice. Okay, so let's get some cards out, see what is going on within the situation. Clarifying on the situation, please, for the beginning of the month, the middle of the month, and the end of the month. Beginning of the month we have. It's going to be a little bit louder, guys, so this deck's a little bit bigger. You can see it's pretty big. Okay, let's see what's going on here. Yes, teaching. What did I just say? It feels like some of you are actually teaching. You're telling a story. You're, teaching them something, telling them something, I went to the museum and I seen this. Let me teach you about it. Let me tell you about it. Let me, I don't know. It just feels like that's exactly what it is. I'm telling you guys about this. Some of you might even be teachers. And you're having, this great conversation with your students, right? But you're definitely could be teaching your children something, right? For a lot of you, it just feels like I'm teaching you something. It can even be of past things. You know what? Talking about my past, teaching you about, could be telling your grandkids about your past, teaching them about your great-grandfather, something of this nature. Keep that in mind, right? Wanting to have that conversation, but I'm definitely teaching you something because somebody is seeking the truth. Whoa, they want the truth to the situation, so you're teaching them something. You're definitely informing them about the truth. Oh, the truth to the truth to the truth. So there's definitely something going on with the beginning of the month where you're teaching somebody about the truth to a situation, whatever that situation is. Everybody's situation is going to be different, but definitely informing them, teaching them. You're pulling back the curtain. And as you're pulling back this curtain, it's almost like it feels like it's somebody else, right? You could be dealing with a Gemini, Libra, or an Aquarius. Doesn't have to be. It could be anybody. But it just feels like they're opening this up and they're saying, can you tell me something about this situation, but tell me the truth about the situation? You're saying, yes, I will teach you the truth about the situation, right? Here's the real truth to the situation. Here's the real story to that situation. If you're teaching your kids and they said, well, they said on the internet, and And then you're saying, that's not true. Let me tell you what the truth of 1876 was. Let me tell you the truth about what 1776 at Independence Day was. They got this wrong, right? So it feels like they may only know something, but it feels like they want to know more about the situation. Wow, that's really cool. And it really brings you, and if it's a social occasions, you're really, you could be even meeting new friends, and you're telling them this story, or showing your knowledge of something. You could be dating, right, on a date. Teaching them how intelligent you are about that situation. Well, I know a lot about that situation. They're saying, that's interesting. Tell me about what that situation is, because I'm very interested. Because with the seeking the truth and pulling back the veil, they're interested. They want to know. Absolutely. With the King of Cups, staying emotionally balanced. Yes, being the leader in the situation. As you're teaching, you are the leader. You are seen as the leader. You are seen also as compassionate, balanced, in control of this situation. They see the control. They know you're telling the truth about this situation. They love it. They love it. Teamwork. Collaboration. You guys might even be collaborating a story together, giving out information. You're teaching them this and they're telling you what they know, right? Like I said, you could be on a date and saying, hey, I know a lot about this, about this story of, Marvel superheroes. Could be just the Marvel superhero movie. Oh, no, you missed this piece. And then you're going to say, oh, yeah, but it started because, see what I'm saying? Could be even music history. Who knows? Right? But the truth of the story is it keeps it balanced and it's very truthful. And they like it because they feel, yes, like they're communicating with you. It feels like you guys are communicating. You're receptive to each other. And you know what? You're going to build this bond, right? Out of this communication and having this direct communication. So it's very bonding. Yeah, it's very bonding. 2 of Cups at the bottom. Wow. And that is definitely it right there. That is finding the mutual attraction within the situation, talking about things that are of mutual attraction, right? And connecting. So I'm going to keep that there because that's a very important card, that it actually is true. Because you are connecting, you are bonding. You do have mutual attraction because they wanted to ask some questions, you knew the answers, and you guys start mingling. Could be a new friendship that you're bonding with. Building something. Building what? A relationship. Could even be building bondings with those children at school, right? They're like, my teacher's so cool. She knows all about that. He knows all about that, right? Opening up at the mid-month. Wow. Making your dreams come true. Wow. And being in the knowing. So if this is a new love relationship, since we do have love here, it doesn't have to be. It could be any social occasion, but definitely a social occasion. It does feel like what's happening is exactly what you wanted, your 9 of Cups. You wanted this connection, right? You wanted this friendship. You wanted this connection with the children, because it makes you feel like they're learning something, right? You wanted this connection with this love. Maybe you're making deeper connections within family members, however it is. But no matter what, it's the 11th house. This is where we grant wishes. Now that's crazy because this is where the dreams come true. Within the 11th house. This is exactly what you wanted. For some of you are manifesting a better time with someone, wanting this to develop. I think it's a love relationship or a very good friendship. And you definitely wanted this to develop. This was your desire to have this open up. You wanted this person to open up. And I really do believe for a lot of you, it is love because of the 2 of Cups. You wanted this to build. You wanted this to get strong. You wanted this to have a stronger foundation, right? 4 of Coins. Strong foundation. Feeling like, you know what? They're opening up to me. I'm opening up to them. We found something of a mutual attraction together. And now we feel like we're on the same page. And we're really getting along well. And this is what I feel you really wanted to, open this person up and really show them, your knowledge. And it could be the other way around. It could be them. It could be you asking the questions. Always remember that, guys. It could be vice versa. But however it is, it's the dream come true because why? Because you feel like you're getting to know them. You're feeling like you're coming together. You feel like this is abundant. This is stable. This is actually going somewhere. It's prospering. Right? With the crown chakra over here, it is the Fool. I'm in the knowing of the new beginning of where I want to be. The sun is shining behind the Fool, saying that this is a blessing. The blessing for the new opportunity. If you want to take that risk and say, hey, you know what? We have a lot in common. You want to go out on a date again? Take that risk. Because it is now time, right, to be adventurous. It is now time to have this pleasure. You know, if it's those kids at school or however, maybe you're bringing in new things for them to learn, feeling more spontaneous, right? You're feeling like, hey, you know what, kids, let's go on an adventure. Let's read this book. Let's do this. Let's learn about that, this, the other. Doesn't have to be everything, you know, everything doesn't have to be love and money and all of that, right? It could be just certain little things. Like I'm teaching these kids about something, right, that I think is important for them to learn at the end of the year. I think that this is something that they should, you know, have pleasure learning about. It doesn't have to be so boring, right? Let's do it and have some fun doing it. And what you realize is that you're winning in this situation. The kids with the Ace of Coins, they're paying attention. And it was all your dreams come true. Like, oh my gosh, they're literally listening to me. Right? Could be even your own kids. Hey kids, listen to this story. And then you're making it fun for them because you want them to learn. It's definitely somebody who's teaching children for sure. But however it is, this is where you feel like you're in control, and that's good though. Because this is the same as the Emperor card. All eyes on you. All eyes on you. I'm paying attention to you. And you are in control. You have the reins. You're sitting in the power seat. They've got their eyes on you. And if it's a new love, they are watching you. I could even tell you the way they're watching you is like, wow, the way I'm watching you, I love your eyes. I love your smile. I can see you're in control. You're very intelligent. You're wise. You know what you're talking about. And we are just having a great time. And even if it's those children, all eyes on you, they're actually paying attention because maybe you're making this story, you know, more fantastical than ever. You know what I mean? Making it sound better than it is to get their attention, especially if they're smaller children. Right? Maybe you're just teaching them old American tales like Pecos Bill or something that we don't teach anymore in school. And you said, you know what, I want them to learn about ancient, you know, ancient. I'm not going to say that. It makes me feel ancient. But only because I learned that in school. But you know what I'm saying? Old American tales, right? I feel like they should know these things. Right? Even if it may even be Greek mythology. They don't really teach it. So let's make it fantastical at the end of the year. We're going to have some fun. Patience. But it's definitely, you know, you have a lot of patience. And I love it because it's not saying you need to use patience. They are seeing you as patient, in control. An amazing person. A fun person. Having a lot of fun. There's a lot of joy and a lot of fun at the end of the month. Just really feeling like you're in control of this situation. Like, look, guys, even if school's over and you had a great time with the Ace of Pentacles, it's all over now, right? The end of the month, you're still going to feel like you're in that control and you're going to feel like, wow, that was just the most amazing end of the year ever. And I know a lot of you probably don't have school in anymore. In California, it doesn't end until like the 14th or so. Okay, somewhere between, I think it's the 10th and the 14th. So, depending on where you are. But, however this story is for you, throw out what doesn't resonate always. It's your story. Don't make things fit that don't fit. But you feel like you're in control of the situation. That's, you know, and you can see where you picked your pace up to where you're like, wow, this was awesome. Right? If it's just a date or somebody else, yeah, they see you as in control, right? Yeah, because they see you as the Empress. Yeah, and you feel like the Empress. Because you accomplished what it was you wanted to accomplish at the beginning and the middle of the month. Wow. So you do feel like this was a kind of an evolution for you. And maybe it was even kind of an evolution for you to just want to collaborate with someone, wanting to open up to someone, you know, and taking that risk, taking that faith. Where you felt like you were kind of, distant, kind of I don't know, kind of withdrawn, you now feel that happiness and that collaboration. So there could have been a time where you felt like you were more kind of the hermit. You were kind of like in this kind of lonely place, and everything has turned around for you a lot at the end of the month. But it all started here. So at the end, you're like, I am in this joyful place. I don't know, I no longer feel like, you know, like I'm distant from anyone. I'm feeling the Four of Wands. Wow. There's a lot of celebration, a lot of joy. And feeling very stable within the situation and having patience. And being very, very patient within the situation, especially if this is a love situation, you're very patient with them. And they like that. They definitely love that. Because they see you as courageous and confident. You know what you're talking about. You want to, be informative. You want to communicate. You're having nothing but fun. You're showing them the zest for life. You're showing them that you're joyful and determined and that you're a very happy person, having no problems. And you are shining as the Queen of Wands, whether you're male or female. But you're also in Empress mode too. Wow. And if you're just teaching this to your children, oh my God, and I just seen a different scenario too. If you're in a new love connection, I don't know who this is for, but if you're in a new love connection and you do have children and you're teaching your children something and they're watching and listening to you teaching, that's why they're like over here going, you're a really good parent. And you know what? You teach and tell and, your children very well. And I'm watching you, and I cannot believe how you connected with your children. I cannot believe how well you work with your children, and that's a total turn on. Like, they are so turned on about that. Oh my God, yes, Ace of Cups. They are so turned on. Like, you know what? You have so much compassion, and you are so creative when you did this stuff, no matter what it is. Right, but this is like that newfound feeling for themselves. It was just like, oh my gosh, I can't believe you did that. You're so amazing. But no matter what the situation is, they feel the Ace of Cups anyways. They still think you're amazing. Wow. And that just overflowed. You have really caught this person's attention, or these children, or whoever, whatever you're dealing with. You have caught their attention a lot. Through your creativity, through the feelings that you have, through your joy, through your love and compassion. Wow. And if it is children at school, I'll tell you one thing, those kids will never forget that teacher. They will never forget you, because they're going to be talking about you. Even if you're a college student, they're going to be like, man, my professor, amazing. You should see the way he or she, describes this scenario. I don't know. You really made yourself up over here. Wow. And it was like everything that you really wanted were the granting wishes. That's what you really wanted. You really wanted someone, or or them, to pay attention to you, and trying to do it as much as you could by them paying attention. Good job, guys. Good job. Until next time, peace and love. Bye-bye.